Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another unboxing and review, and today we are featuring the Mayberry Street Miniatures 1/12 scale modern living room set. It includes 5 pieces. Alright, so why are we looking at this? Okay, let's say that you're into action figure photography, or you need some props and accessories to brighten up your shelf or your display scene. Doll furniture that kind of comes in the 1/12 scale sometimes fits in pretty well with like Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series, G.I. Joe Classified Series, the older Mattel classic DC classics, and I think some other 6-inch action figure lines like I think even Mattel's WWE action figures or the Jazzwares AEW figures. So these dollhouse accessories, they're kind of neat, and if you just need something to like, make your scenes or your dioramas or your fig photography seem a little bit more realistic, you can easily just incorporate these accessories. The only downside is that some of these props and furniture might be too small depending on which action figures you're using them with. Each company has a different definition of scale. And many times they don't all line up. So we're gonna take a look at these today and see how well they like measure up to maybe like a Marvel Legends. So if this is something that you can use, just stick around as we check these dollhouse accessories out. All right, so first off, let's open it up. We have a chair, we have a footrest or cushion, we have a nice couch. Put that over there. We have like a small table. The legs kind of crooked on one side. And then we have a much larger coffee table. Alright, so let's examine these one at a time. Let's start off with the tables first. Alright, so we'll start off with a smaller table. As you can see, all this furniture is in white and black finish. The couches are striped, whereas the tables are white all around. It feels like it's made of wood, and it's decent. This isn't the most detailed thing, but for the price point, I think it's alright. And this, you can place this right there. Here's the coffee table. The legs look a little bit straighter on this one. I think one's slightly off. Again, white finish, also made of wood. Let's kind of balance out the white a little. So that's nice. Whoops. And let's take a look at the furniture. We have the footrest over here. It actually is covered in a soft fabric also, and there's some cushioning actually, so it's kind of soft. It's almost like real furniture, but it's shrunk down. And here's the chair. It does not recline. The craftsmanship's a little bit shoddy on the back. You can kind of see the loose threads. But for the most part, I think you can easily clean it up. Just take some scissors and cut off the stray threading, stray material. But otherwise, it's pretty clean. It's pretty decent. All the stripes are pretty straight on this. Nothing's really crooked. Again, it feels like there's actually soft padding on the inside, and this is actually a cloth material with a wood base. And then we have the couch. There's some weight to this. Nice heavy wood block. So you don't have to worry about it tipping over. Again, there's some issues with the quality control. There's a little bit of hot glue on the cushion of the seat, which looks kind of weird. You might mistaken that for a different kind of stain. Again, the stripes are very clean and even, which is nice. Separate cushions on the back and then on on the seat of the couch. It's very solid, feels very well built. Again, I'm very impressed with how the stripes kind of line up, you know, with the top and the bottom. You know, it's not like they're off or staggered. Now, the important thing is, how do these furniture dollhouse accessories scale with like an action figure? So I have two Marvel Legend figures with me. I have Vulcan and Darwin. The reason why I chose these figures is because they're using the newer Marvel Legend style body. And since these figures don't have capes or body armor, you know, I have full range of motion. You know, nothing's really going to prevent them from, you know, posing correctly. So let's see how well they scale. Wow, I was kind of surprised. I didn't realize this would... For a second, I thought the figures might be too big. Now, there is a certain way I configured the legs. So the way I have the knees bent on Darwin here is that I have the knee on the top side, just so it shortens the lower leg here. If you put it in this configuration with a knee facing outward, it kind of extends this leg, and then when you seat the character, the leg's a little bit too long. So for at least the way I'd like to do it is, you know, change the knee configuration so the knee's on top, and then it shortens the lower leg. And surprisingly, it's a little small, but it's decent. You know, I think it's a fun accessory. For me, it doesn't need to be perfect. You know, this is kind of like a fun accessory to have. I'm not looking to make this like a realistic scene, but you kind of get the point. You know, if you really want to like spruce up your display or your collection or your fig photography, stuff like this is nice. I'm just trying to get his arm behind the couch a little. Yeah, so it's kind of neat. See, it works well. And then there's Vulcan. You know, they can hang out together, order pizza, watch football all day. And then let's check out the chair. Again, I'm kind of surprised. I didn't think it's a little small, but it works all right. You know, for me, this is kind of nice. You know, so if you want to like have your stormtroopers lounging around, or your GI Joe guys just like hanging out in the pit and they need some softer furniture to chill on, you know, this is a good option. But like I said, it's going to vary depending on the action figure, the brand, and the toy line. You know, every company has a different sense of scale. Here's a Diamond Select figure. You know, here's the Alfred figure from Gotham. And here you can clearly see a figure like this is too big. It's all right, but it's just a little too big. And then the McFarlane figure is way too big. You know, although they are getting better about scaling them so that they kind of line up better with each other, you know, the older figures are way too large for something like this. And their posability isn't always the greatest. You know, McFarlane figures, as much as I love them, and as, you know, they might have like 22 plus points of articulation, but sometimes just being able to get them in a seated position is like impossible. So, alright, so I just wanted to share this with you. You know, if you're into fig photography, or if you just want to like add some life to your shelf or display, you know, doll furniture is a good option. If you hunt around like on eBay and Amazon and just do a search for like 1/12 scale accessories, you should be able to pull up stuff like this. If you visit like your local Hobby Lobby or maybe even Michael's, they might have 1/12 scale furniture. I got these at Hobby Lobby. Like I said, this set was priced at $14, which I feel is kind of reasonable. You know, it's made of actual wood, actual real cloth, and real padding, so it's essentially like real furniture. It's just kind of just shrunk down. So, but I think it's a good deal. I think for $15, you know, it's very reasonable. And there's other options too. You know, besides a like living room set, you could like buy like refrigerators, you know, kitchenware, and whatnot. Alright, so let's wrap this up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So, until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.